BBC WM 95.6.
Now then, Misha Bryant, you got to learn. When that red light's on, you know. Hey, when that red light's on, come on, have a chat. Now, Misha Bryant's in the studio, Wolverhampton lass, and she's got a new album out called Maybe Today, and I've got a copy in my hands here, and Misha's going to play a couple of tracks for us, and a Wolverhampton girl who has gone all over the world, because you have supported and sung with some of the biggest names in popular music, and you played at Live 8 as well. Just come on, give us the roll call of honour, Misha.
It's been quite a few people over the years, but first of all, thanks for having me.
No, delighted.
I'm happy to be here. Loads of people. One of the first people I ever sang with was Brian Ferry. And then off the back of that was Roxy Music. And then there's Beverly Knight, who's obviously Wolverhampton. Heaven 17, LaRue, Chicane, Basement Jaxx, Russell Watson, Donovan. Lots of people I've sung with over the years. And it's
But
been
also
fun.
that list, you just, Russell Watson, Roxy Music, Heaven 17, LaRue. And what's interesting about that list is that actually that they're incredibly diverse group of people that which suggests that you're very flexible and that your voice is very adaptable because that spans classical music, it spans soul music, it spans rock music.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always kind of played around with my voice and different qualities that you can get out of the voice, and I'm quite silly, so I'm always making quite silly voices and experimenting with stuff the whole time, and it's great to try and morph your voice and match vibratos and match timbres with a different artist. So when I was singing with Brian, sometimes my vibrato would match Brian's, and then there'd be times where with Beverly, the MD, the musical director, was like, I was singing in a hallway and he was like, oh my God, I thought that was Beverly coming, just from, trying to be like her. Obviously you don't want to sound exactly like her, you still want to have your same character, but the ability to try and morph yourself to sound like them and blend with them is really important. So
when did you first realise that you had a voice that was worth making a noise about?
I always sang, but I was really shy, really shy.
I find that so very I've only known you for about 3 minutes now since you walked in that door. I find that very difficult to believe.
Really? Because
Yes.
I'm wearing pink
And did you
jeans.
grow up in Deansfield?
Yes.
And so right on the streets around there, would people know, Misha's got a good voice?
Later on, I always sang, so my whole family always knew. So I'd always sing at birthdays and weddings and stuff, always get wheeled out.
Yeah.
But at school, it wasn't till I was about
What school did you go to?
17, the Wolverhampton Grammar School.
So until the age of 17 then, you were a bit of you sort of hid your light a little bit.
Yeah, really shy. And I don't know why, and it was in a trumpet lesson with my trumpet teacher. He goes, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to be a singer. And he's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, but I'm too scared. Then he goes, sing me something. So I sang him Amazing Grace. And then he was like, oh, that's amazing. And ran and got the head of music. And then the next week, Panic Stations, I was singing at a big festival that my school used to have every year. So it was kind of, that was my easing into it. And then it was youth theatre and then session work and... Yeah.
And when was your first professional break then? When did somebody spot you and say, okay, she can do this for a living?
Gosh. Do you know what? It was kind of school because I did Ronnie Scott's years and years ago with my school again. And then
the Ronnie Scott's in Birmingham?
Yeah.
The Broad Street one?
Yeah. Gosh, that's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, sadly. Yeah,
that was a while ago.
Yeah.
And then what else did I did youth theatre, and then I went straight into the West End. And it was actually at my college, which is next door to what's called the Brilliant Building. Those are the people who kind of morphed and formed the Spice Girls. People from next door, the studio next door, used to come in and check out the good singers. And so I was doing like a live performance thing that we used to do every week, and they came in and saw me. And so that's how I ended up singing on demos for Kylie Minogue and Victoria Beckham and stuff like that. So it was really
You're too much of a professional to answer this next question, but how galling must it be for you to have to sing on a demo for somebody you can't sing like Victoria Beckham?
Do you know what? It was really good actually because it was discipline because you have to put yourself in a box. So I'd sing things and like you obviously sing the track as it's supposed to be, and then you have an ad-lib track so you can do whatever you want. So normally you're like riffing all over the place and da-da-da-da. But then the guy said, no, Misha, no, because Victoria might not be able to do that. So just bring it back a little bit. So it was really good discipline to have to use a smaller range and hold it back a little bit so she could sing it when she got it.
Shall we hear from you now? Shall we hear from you now? What are you going to do for us? Come on.
I'm going to do, the first one, I'm going to do...
Reaches down to get her guitar.
Get my guitar and maybe take my headphones off. Yeah. I'm going to do Maybe Today, which is the title track of the album. And it's one of the first ones I ever wrote. And it's about getting chatted up by people on Shepherd's Bush Green.
I know it well. Go on.
That's right. I'm just going to take my headphones off.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Here we go. Okay.
You don't remember me at all. I know your face. For the life of me, I can't recall your name. Maybe you're the one I met here once before. Your eyes are familiar, and it's hard to take mine off of you. So this is hello again. Would you like to be my special friend? We could meet beside the river and go walking in the park. Reminisce the old days and talk until it's dark. Take a rest upon a bench, our feet are tied, you draw me near. Hold my breath and contemplate what's whispered in my ear. But you turn around and say that you don't want to be the one, that your girlfriend's waiting, didn't mean to lead you on. There's an empty bench that holds the secret of my deepest fear. Echoes of rejection I never thought I'd hear. So now it's taking time for me to comprehend. Out in the cold and on my own again. Someday I'll find the one that I've been searching for. Oh, I won't be mistaken. And from that day I love him more. And I'd say hello again. From the night he'd be my special friend. We would meet beside the river and go walking in the park. Stay together all day and talk until it's dark. Take a rest upon a bench, our feet are tied, you draw me near. Hold my breath and contemplate what's whispered in my ear. And you'll turn to me and say that I will be the only one. No more days of waiting for calls that never come. On our bench we sit and watch the hours come and pass us by. Echoes of rejection, the last thing on my mind. Ooh. Something special. Ooh, maybe today will be the first day of my life. First day of my life. The first day of my life. First day of my life.
Oh, fantastic. That's Maybe Today by Misha Bryant, the title track of our new album. We'll speak more to Misha in a moment. Wolverhampton girl from Deansfield, went to Wolverhampton Grammar School. She'll be playing another track for us live in just a little bit. The time now, though, on BBC WM, the voice of Birmingham and the Black Country, is 11:30. Great reaction already to Misha Bryant performing live here on BBC WM. She's a lass from Wolverhampton whose fame has gone around the world, supporting and backing vocals for people like Brian Ferry, Russell Watson, Heaven 17, LaRue, who had a very big hit record just a couple of years back. And Misha's now got her own solo album out called Maybe Today. We've just heard the title track from that. Darren Phillips on Twitter says, awesome, Adrian. Guitar sounds beautiful too. you played at Live Aid, didn't you? Tell us a little bit about that.
I was touring with Roxy Music at the time, and it was a little bit up in the air because we were in Germany. So we did Live Aid Berlin, and they weren't sure whether they were going to fly us all back, or stay in Germany. But they really, really wanted Roxy Music to be part of it. So yeah, we ended up doing it at the Brandenburg Gate, which was amazing. It was really, really good. And when I get nervous, my teeth hurt, and so
your teeth hurt.
my gums really get sore, so I have to pat them like this.
Right.
And just before we went on, then we kept getting delayed, and so we eventually went on, and it was amazing. It was like someone had painted a picture. There were so many people for as far as you could see, and the noise and the atmosphere was just amazing. It was really good. So it was a brilliant experience.
I know that you also did the concert for Diana.
Yeah.
So was that your career highlight, or was it that Brandenburg Gate thing?
They were kind of different, really.
That was at Wembley, wasn't it? The concert for Diana, yeah.
Yeah, which was brilliant. And I was all excited because, David Beckham was standing in the corner. I love David Beckham. And that was another thing as well. Playing at Wembley was just ridiculous because everyone wants to play Wembley. There's certain venues that, like musicians are want to play Wembley, want to play the Albert Hall, want to play Hammersmith Apollo, something like that. So it was just a great opportunity to do that. And once again, people for miles, loads of people, and such a great atmosphere, and we could see the princes up in the corner, and so it was really amazing. Sometimes when you're there, you've got to just make sure that you just go, stay calm, because there's millions of people watching this, and don't get ridiculous, you know. You just got to calm yourself. But it was brilliant.
And that would have been her 46th birthday, wasn't it? The concert for Diana. It's just such a sort of a fitting tribute, I suppose, in a way.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was
and
really
you talk about these big venues, and I guess from a professional point of view, to have played those stages is amazing. I have to say, as a music fan, I love venues where I can see the eyes of the performer as well. Do you know what I'm saying? There's sort of a more intimate, personal kind of space.
Yeah, absolutely. I love those smaller venues. Obviously, with my own stuff, I've played. I played the Robin in Bilston a couple of times, which was really great. Yeah. And so you've got a really good connection with the audiences. You've got to really make sure that they you can't just play your songs with them. You've got to kind of connect with them. So it's nice to see people's faces and their expressions, and have a chat and pick somebody out and go, hey, yeah, you're having a good time.
Have a little bit of patter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So smaller venues, there's smaller venue to a bigger venue. You've still got to communicate with your audience. It doesn't matter where you are, but seeing the actually whites of people's eyes.
So you've now, you've been on people's on other people's records and performing live with other people for a long time. Not too long, obviously. You're still very young, Misha, but for quite a number of years now. Yeah. This is your first album, yeah?
It is,
your first solo album. Yeah. So I suppose, why has it taken you so long? And I'm sure you want to go forward as a solo artist now if you can, but why has it taken you that long?
It's taken a while because I was away for ages, just touring with people all the time. And so you've got to make sure that you're settled. I didn't really want to rush in and go, okay, let's just get a vocal down, just whatever it is, and just come out again. I needed to be kind of settled to get the whole thing done, so I sounded right. And loads of the guys in the band as well, they are off doing their own thing. Like Alan, who produced the album and plays bass on it, he's off with the Blues Brothers and touring with amazing guitarists called Amit Chatterjee. He used to play with Joe Zawinul and stuff. So, and then there's Francesco, he plays with Incognito, and then Dave's off doing his thing. So everyone's busy, so you can't really just go in, right, let's do it really quick and then just get it out there. It needs to be kind of a bit more felt than that. And initially I wanted it to be all of us done at the same time, but it ended up with it being a bit more dotted around at my house and Alan's house and Dave's house and everyone's house. But it was good in the end. It did take longer than I wanted it to, but do you know what? Some of the songs are changed in the time that it took me. Like Anyway, which is the second track on there, didn't have a bridge for ages, and now it's got the bridge and I love it so much. So if it come out at the time when I wanted it to come out, in inverted commas, then Anyway wouldn't sound as it does. It wouldn't be as complete as it is. So I guess things just happen when they're supposed to.
What are we going to hear now?
We're going to hear Without You, which is my mum's favourite. Hello, Mother. I know you're listening. Which is her favourite. She goes, you've all got to play Without You. Where's my song when I'm practising?
Come on, then.
So I'm going to do it now.
Takes off the headphones, gets the guitar in hand. This is Misha with Misha Bryant with Without You.
I'll miss you in the morning. Focus your eyes. I'll miss you in the afternoon when your head's full of visions. I wonder what's going in and what's going out. It got cold when your eyes closed. The world seems dark, forever in shadow. The path seems blocked. Now you're gone. Now you're gone. You left me here holding the phone, still waiting to hear your tone. Can't help but pray you will pass by. Give it another try. Tomorrow the beauty at dawn can never erase you gone. So sick of this empty room, nothing's the same without you. I'll miss you in the evening. Don't wanna face the bed. Twilight draws in softly as light fades. I'm made to remember we laughed and you held me. Why did you go and leave me? It's so cold with your eyes closed. The world seems dark, forever in shadow. The path seems blocked. Now you're gone. Now you're gone. You left me here holding the phone, still waiting to hear your tone. Can't help but pray you will pass by. Give me another try. Tomorrow the beauty at dawn can never erase you gone. So sick of this empty room, nothing's the same without you. Without you.
Fantastic stuff. That's Misha Bryant from Wolverhampton. Misha's played with some of the best in the business, including Brian Ferry, Roxy Music, Heaven 17, Russell Watson. She's now got her own solo album out called Maybe Today. Where next then, Misha?
Oh, we're going to do the launch next.
Oh, you haven't even had any launched yet. Then we're getting a pre-launch. I feel very privileged. Go on.
That's it. it. That's the thing is, because Alan's been away for ages, touring. He's musical director of the Blues Brothers at the minute.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so he's been away in the States
Yeah.
and all kinds of places. So I'm trying to get him to sit still for a minute so we can launch it, because obviously I can't do it without him. That would be wrong. So yeah, we're going to have a London launch and we're going to have a Midlands launch as well. And just trying to figure out the logistics of getting that together. Everyone up in the van again.
You can't wait. I can
Let's
tell. But
see.
listen, the album is out now. People can buy it, and I presume.
Yeah,
it's out.
absolutely.
Out
The
to
physical copies,
Yeah.
you can order them via my website, which is mishabryan.com, MESHABRYAN. So I can post them out to you, and I write you a little note saying, thanks for buying it.
Oh, like a real little cottage industry. How nice is that?
Yeah, and you can download it from iTunes and Amazon as well. So yeah, for the people who aren't quite as old school as I am, because I like to hold an album, you know.
I like to hold an album, but sometimes it's just easier to press a button, Misha. You know that? That's the truth of it. But listen, really good luck with it. It's been fabulous having you in. I hope we see you again soon.
You.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much for
having
that.
me.
It's Misha Bryan, whose album Maybe Today is out. Misha spelled MESHA. Misha Bryan. Thanks very much indeed. Really loved it. Great stuff. 11:45 on BBC WM.